Well, the Liberal Party is nervously waiting to see how many seats it will end up with as pre-poll counting will resume in Tasmania today. For more, I'm joined by Chief Election Analyst Tom Connell. Tom, you backed up just like me. Take us through where things stand right now.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew. Well, let's just refresh ourselves at what happened at a statewide basis. So a swing towards the Liberal Party of 3% and away from Labor. Yes, there's some big swings towards the independents here. That's basically the Jackie Lambie vote. How that actually played out across the entire state, well, let's have a look where we're at. 14 for the Liberal Party, 10 for Labor, 5 for the Greens and 4 for the independents. We do still have 2 undecided at this stage, Bass and Lyons. So what will happen here is the big question as to where those final tallies land. Having a look at this vote here, look, both of these contests are quite close. 3-2-1 happened here, 3 Liberal, 2 Labor, 1 for the Green. The final battle looks on paper pretty close, 0.36 for Shooters, Farmers, Fishers and 0.36 for the Liberal Party. But it's pretty hard to predict exactly what will happen. We've got all sorts of preference flows that come from candidates excluded below that line. So on a party basis, you've got the Independent Rosé, Pentland, the Nationals. You would think that helps the Liberal Party, but we do get some strange things happening, of course, in Hare Clark. And then you've got to think as well about a candidate basis. Shooters, Farmers, Fishers start off a lot higher. There's only one person, Michael Friedrich, who's running there, so he doesn't leak votes. So that will be a very close contest in Bass. The question is going to be as well, what sort of vote do we have left to change those current figures? And that's what may actually tip things here slightly. So if we look at Scottsdale pre-poll, for example, we're looking right now at a much bigger swing towards the Liberal Party, 5.2%, than they're getting elsewhere. So when the rest of the vote does come in, could we see the Liberal Party actually push up in terms of their vote in Bass and as a result get a bit of a lead on the Shooters, Farmers, Fishers and get that next seat? That will be their hope. I don't think Labor can do so. They're in the running right now because of the way their candidates split out, but I don't think the pre-poll and post-vote will go well enough. We'll see. The other one, of course, is Lyons. Now, this one I actually think we will see Shooters, Farmers, Fishers elected as long as their vote holds up enough. 0.58 as they're trying to chase that 7th spot. So again, 3 Liberal, 2 Labor, 1 Greens. 0.31 is where the Liberal Party start off, so they're a long way behind. And on a candidate basis as well, this 0.58 Carlo De Falco starts off on, effectively, he's going up against the 4th Liberal. So not Jane Howlett, Guy Bartlett or Mark Shelton, but Stephanie Cameron, who starts on 0.29. So yes, she gets votes from her colleagues, but you do have leakage in these contests. So as a result, right now at least, in Lyons, I would say Carlo De Falco's in the box seat, again, as long as his vote holds up in that post-count when it comes to postal and some of the pre-poll to come. So that's the situation as we wait for more pre-poll to be counted today and postal and absent in coming days.
Tom, what does this mean for negotiations?
Well, this will all matter. So if we look right now at where things are going, so we're saying definitely 14 for Liberal, definitely 10 for Labor. What happens from here for Jeremy Rockcliff to be able to form government? Let's assume he can get, for example, Shooters, Farmers, Fishers and go up to 15. And he could probably win another seat and get up to 16. He still needs 2 more of the crossbench. The most likely would be Christy Johnston and also David O'Byrne to get him to that 18. What are the complicating factors to this? Well, the biggest one would be Shooters, Farmers, Fishers. Yes, we talk about them being a right-of-centre party, but who's that most likely member elected? Carlo De Falco. He used to be in Rebecca White's branch of the Labor Party. So are the Shooters, Farmers, Fishers a reliable Liberal Party column is the big question. There is some outside chance as well, very remote I think right now, that that seat that's up for grabs in Bass could go to Labor if preferences go really well for them. At that point, even though the Liberal Party's got 3 on board, it's still on 17. We know that Dean Winter now has spoken effectively about not wanting another election, so he'll have to accept those Greens MPs and hold his nose perhaps. Suddenly he's on 16, and you've got Craig Garland and Peter George. They're both clearly left of centre MPs. Do they then give him that 18? So that will be the question. I think that's still very unlikely, given the votes that is to come, but at the same time, I don't think we'll be able to have enough certainty right now until at least the next 2 weeks when those preferences are counted to be able to say that, in fact, it's more likely the Liberal Party get to 18 with that blend of crossbench compared to the Labor Party. We also have, of course, who's in and who's out. You alluded to that with Ted O'Brien. it's like a reunion for federal MPs this election. Bridget Archer, Gavin Pearce and Brian Mitchell all getting in. Brian Mitchell, of course, quit politics, but he was the federal MP up until May. Bridget Archer and Gavin Pearce, well, Bridget Archer was voted out, Gavin Pearce quit as well. So some buyer's remorse. They wanted back in and they got back in. Those that have been booted this time around, well, the Jackie Lambie network all running either as nationals or as independents, and they were all booted out. John Tucker has some small chance of winning a seat as a national, but Andrew Jenner's well done on the vote in that seat. The other one that's gone is Casey Farrell. He replaced Rebecca White, and then he was replaced effectively by Brian Mitchell. So a little bit of a merry-go-round in terms of who's in and out of the parliament.
Tom, thank you.